Welcome back. Chapter 1, Why a Girl Needs a Game Plan. Knowing your worth is the greatest gift you can give yourself. A quote by me, Heather Gidusko. I cannot wait for you to begin your game plan. I am just like you, a girl who struggles with life but also loves life. A girl who at times wants to slip mindlessly away from life's responsibilities while also being a girl who has dreams that feel beyond her reach. A girl who cares and loves deeply about her family and friends to the point she sometimes neglects herself. However, as a result of following this game plan, I am not the girl who is ignorant to herself anymore. And that is my hope for you. I show up for myself daily so I can show up for you and all those in my life, spreading the message of self-love. Life is hard and we are going to struggle, but if we have a game plan for this life, we will most definitely learn, grow, and shine from any adversity thrown in our path. My promise to you is that you will learn and grow throughout this game plan. You may not reach the goals you set for yourself because, let's face it, not every team wins a championship. However, every team always comes back to play another season. Instead, by following this game plan, you will begin living your life more aware, present, and authentic. I struggle to put into words the impact this game plan can have upon you. So instead, I would like to share with you what became clear to me as a result of creating this program and writing this book. As I mentioned, I had a gym. My gym, Sweat Like a Girl, was nothing short of amazing. I created a space for women of all ages, shapes, and cultural backgrounds to gather and enjoy moving their bodies free from judgment. I am so proud of the community I once had. It was a beautiful environment encouraging all who came through the doors to embrace their awesomeness. But on July 31st, 2021, I closed my gym. Let me back up to the year of 2020. I don't need to remind you of what 2020 brought to our world. It certainly hit each one of us in varied levels of adversity, and my heart goes out to those who lost loved ones. For me, however, I lost moments and memories that never were to be, while struggling with not knowing how I would survive professionally. My oldest child was a senior, my middle child was a junior, and my youngest was in the 4th grade. The label mom that I wear is my proudest label above all others. And when I became a mother, it was my dream come true. And when I became a mother 2 more times after that, I was more than grateful for my 3 blessings. For many years, I would look ahead to the spring of 2020 with feelings of excitement, as it would be my oldest child's senior year. She would be able to compete in her senior year of track and field. She would be able to enjoy the fun and excitement of being a senior in her high school, and she would have wonderful memories of prom. She would be able to experience a beautiful and well-deserved graduation day. But all of that was completely taken away, and as her mom, it rocked my world. I was the mom who came to school for holiday parties, volunteered on field trips, and taxied my kids to and from their activities. I loved being present in my kids' lives and enjoyed seeing them reach new milestones. So for me, losing my oldest child's senior year hit me hard. The state ordered me to close my gym temporarily during this time as well. Having no game plan set for what the world had in store for 2020, I was floundering, but trying my best to continue to be a great mom and a fearless leader for my gym community. So I decided to show up every single day on Facebook Live at 10:30 a.m. for my community and anyone else that needed a good sweat and human connection via a screen. The spring of 2020 also brought another unexpected adversity into my life. Our dog, Zuzu, who was just 5 years old, became sick and crossed the Rainbow Bridge. It hurts my heart every time I think of her, and losing her was probably the most heartbreak I have ever felt. Many of those days on Facebook Live, I shared tears of grief, fear, and sadness, as well as hope, love, and whatever other emotion I was feeling. Looking back now, I believe that my raw emotions helped others handle the adversity they too were going through as well. We had each other via that screen for an hour a day, and for that, I am grateful. As the spring of 2020 soon became summer, the world slowly started opening up. My gym was permitted to reopen its doors. My oldest was getting ready to navigate a new normal at college, and my middle child was going to be a senior, and my youngest child was headed to the 5th grade. Life was getting back to normal-ish, but I felt completely lost. I showed up at my gym physically and mentally, but absent spiritually. I was trying to understand the swarm of emotions that accompany sending your oldest child off to college, while trying to accept that my second child, now a senior, would have a very strange year due to the fear still circulating the world. I simply felt like someone fizzled my sizzle, drained my mojo, and took the best version of me and left me with a shadow of my former self that I no longer recognized. I showed up for my community daily. I did my best to show strength and courage for my kids, helping them navigate through this bizarre moment in time. And I did my best to look for the good and the kind and the love in this world. I didn't realize then, but while I was showing up for everyone else, I'd forgotten to show up for myself. The year of 2020 took my superstar out of the game, and I unknowingly let it happen. The following spring, I convinced myself I was ready for a change. In June 2021, my gym, Sweat Like a Girl, had been open for 10 years. Despite having a wonderful gym community, I told myself my heart was not in it anymore and that I simply could not compete with the new landscape of the fitness industry, which included a plethora of online fitness options, as well as many other boutique fitness studios that were popping up left and right in my community. I was exhausted from thinking about the unknown future and what the world may have in store. I forgot about who I was and what I had built. I let my self-defeating thoughts and internal turmoil get the best of me. I let my opponent, which you will learn more about as you continue on this game plan, win this battle in my mind, and my superstar was benched. In July 2021, much to the surprise and shock of my community, I closed the doors on a huge chapter of my life. I closed Sweat Like a Girl. After the closing of Sweat Like a Girl, I continued to train clients individually and have an online wellness presence. I also trained at various gyms, and I was doing well, but I hadn't found my spark yet. During my free time, the time I spent in the car and doing the mundane tasks around my house, I listened to podcasts, books, and whatever else I could get my hands and ears on regarding positive psychology and the power we have within ourselves to create abundance and success. As 2022 moved right along, my 2 oldest kids were doing well-ish in college. I was finally giving in to the fact that I had 2 kids in college and that time was something that doesn't slow down for any of us. My youngest was thriving in school and ballet, and although I was doing well, with my personal training and coaching, I could feel my superstar staring at me from the bench, whispering, "Hey, what are you doing? Did you really forget about me? Did you forget how awesome you are?" The whispering became louder and soon became a shout. I leaned into my awareness and I put into practice many elements of what would soon become this book. I felt that spark ignite and my superstar began chattering louder and louder. And it wasn't until October 2022 when I made the commitment to get this book out into the world that I yelled back at her, I am here, baby. Nope, that's not what I said. I am back, baby. Let's go spread the love like sunshine. I want to pause and show gratitude to my husband and my partner in life, Jason. I'm lucky enough to have a husband who has always supported me and all of my crazy ideas. And so when I told him I had this idea of writing a book, and not just any book, but a life-changing book for all who read it, he didn't doubt me. He encouraged me to go for it, and he has been one of my biggest fans. He is the kind of fan that is not overly loud and obnoxious. That would be me. But instead, he is the kind that always shows up with a quiet love and admiration that lets you know he supports you and allows you to do your thing. We will be married for 25 years in October 2023, And that already happened. Hooray for us. It has not been all sunshine and rainbows. There have been stormy days. But just like the message in this book, life or marriage isn't about winning every season. It is about the dedication, constant commitment, and overarching love residing inside of you that allows you to continue to show up season after season, despite the challenges that arise. My personal journey of creating, writing, and following this game plan has allowed me to reach a much better understanding of myself on a mind, body, and spiritual level. I realize now that I had forgotten my own self-worth through the adversity and emotions I went through. In my attempt to show up for everyone else, I forgot to show up for myself. And as a result, I took myself out of the game. I lost sight of me, the player, fan, cheerleader, coach, trainer, and referee, and I let the opponent in me run the show. But in life, we can't focus on what is behind us. Instead, we learn and grow from it, and we keep moving forward. I do not regret closing my gym, as I believe it was a necessary part of my growth and journey through life. In creation of this game plan and my own follow through of going through the actions to get this book out there to you has led me to get my sizzle back, to fill up my mojo, and I am no longer a shadow of myself. I'm shining brightly, playing defense against my opponent, and using all the game plan roles on a daily basis to remind me of my worth. The success of getting this book published and having my superstar shine bright is a true testament to the power that this book can have on you. So lace up those sneakers and get ready to play some serious defense against the ignorant, mean girl, aka opponent, taking up space in your head while unleashing your courageous and confident superstar into this beautiful world. And in a world that we can like and heart positive quotes, let's begin to like and heart ourselves. In a world that we can follow a person on a screen, watching them live a great life, let's take action off the screen and start living our own great life. In a world that steals away our life mindlessly, 10 seconds after 10 seconds after 10 seconds at a time, let's get busy being mindful of our time and use it wisely. And in a world that encourages listening to the noise, let's turn down the volume and tune into the quiet whispers from our hearts. We can easily exist as bored spectators. Instead, let's choose to be a worthy star player. This world needs you to step into your greatness and let your superstar shine. And that is the end of chapter 1. And here's a little task for you. You heard a little bit about my timeline from 2020 on, and I would like for you to do the same thing. I would like for you to write a timeline. It could be from 2020. It could be prior to 2020 of just your highs and your lows of life. Not judging, just simply making a list of who you are in all of your life experiences. And I will see you for chapter 3. Peace out.